Rescuing a baby kitten was not part of the plan for today, but that's what we've done. Hi, I'm Bonnie, and together with my husband Chris, we're building a life rooted in self-reliance, homesteading, and simple living. You may already know us from Standard Living Homestead, where Chris shares our sawmilling projects and the things he builds and creates. Here on Roost to Root, you'll get my perspective as I share our gardening adventures, chickens, ducks, preserving food, and the everyday journey of growing and raising more of what we eat. Whether you're starting with a single tomato plant or dreaming of a full homestead, we're glad you're here. Welcome to Roost to Root. Love you. Have fun. Good morning. It's time to get our day started. Chris just went on down to the sawmill to start his day. The first thing we got to do is water our plants. It's been a few days that we've had rain several days in a row. The one nice thing about that is not having to water everything. They are actually calling for a chance of some rain showers or thunderstorms this afternoon. But the way it works here in Georgia, if I don't water any of my plants, we're not going to get any rain. I'm going to water them, and then we might get some rain this afternoon. So let's get our day started.
Can't keep me down, I'm soaring, growing up like the sun in the morning. Whoa, hey, you, look at me, it's my life, it's destiny. I stay on the beat, it's my life, it's destiny. Whoa, I just wanna rise, rise, rise. Watch me fly, feel so good like I'm on fire. I just wanna rise, rise, rise. I just wanna rise. I just wanna rise. I just wanna rise. I just wanna rise. Energy all around got me going. Take it, yeah, it's yours, you know it. Whoa, I said, yeah, hey, you, look at me, it's my life, it's destiny. I stay on the beat, it's my life, it's destiny. Whoa, I just wanna rise, rise, rise. Watch me fly, feel so good like I'm on fire. I just wanna rise, rise, rise. I just wanna rise. I just wanna rise. I just wanna rise. I just wanna rise. Can't keep me down, I'm soaring, growing up like the sun in the morning. Whoa, hey, you, look at me, it's my life, it's destiny. I stay on the beat, it's my life, it's destiny. Whoa, I just wanna rise, rise, rise.
Well, now that we have everything watered, I'm sure it's going to rain this afternoon. What do you think? So now that that's done, I actually do have to run some errands in town. By the time I come back, it'll be time to make lunch for everyone. So I'll see you guys after lunch. Next on our list today is to address the tomato plants. So the tomatoes out front Frankie, you're not a tomato. Say hi, Frankie. Hi. So all these tomato plants out front of the house, I started to put baskets on them, but I kind of have changed my mind. I do have lettuce and garlic planted in between the tomatoes in several areas. So I just think it will be better if I just use a stake in the ground with my trusty yarn instead of the baskets. So we're gonna go ahead and walk on down to the sawmill and see what Chris has that maybe we can use as tomato stakes. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. You know how we do things here, never fancy, but it always works. Are you getting ready to work on your building?
I am.
Cool. Hey, I need some pieces of wood to use for my tomato stakes. Do you have some scraps from the edge or something?
In the scrap pile. Yeah, look.
You got scraps over here?
Lots of. There's some oak.
Oh, perfect.
Nice oak.
What do you think? 6 foot, 5 foot? So we got about 6 stakes from down at the sawmill. We'll definitely need a lot more, but that's going to be good for now. I'm really just mainly worried about the ones that are getting a little height on them. Sorry, the dogs are right under my feet. The ones that have a little height on them that need to be anchored down as soon as possible. And let me just say this. I don't know if you've ever heard the saying, do as I say, not as I do. I know I heard it growing up. So I am putting them in as needed as they get tall enough. However, my suggestion, if you are able to, whether you're using a tomato basket or tomato stakes, you really do want to try to put those in when you put the plant in the ground. That way you know you're not disturbing the roots of the plant by shoving the stake into the ground after it's been growing for a while.
Is the color of your sky I see everywhere when you're looking at me. I don't wanna know anything, just everything. Try to tell my heart what to do, but it cried when I said that it couldn't have you. Cried when I said that it couldn't be free, so it flew away. Where does all the music go? Is it up in space, dancing with the stars? Why do hearts always want what they shouldn't have? It's a beautiful mystery.
Okay, well, we have several more to do, but Chris was waiting on a customer who is now here at the sawmill. So we got the main ones I was worried about done, and we'll go back to the rest on another day, you know, sometime this week. So I got a little sidetracked today. My mother-in-law gave me a call. I know it's not true for all states or even all areas, but here in our county in Georgia, when you live in the county, not in the city, you have dumpsters in various areas that you take your garbage to. Well, our dumpsters, there's a ton of cats, always has been. My mother-in-law and her good friend, they always go there every day and feed these cats. It's really quite the sight. There's like in the wooded area by the dumpsters, there's like all these cat houses. Anyways, she went up there to feed the dumpster cats, and she called and she said that somebody had dropped a very tiny kitten off with just a can of cat food, and she was like really upset. So me and Mason and Thomas went up to the dumpsters, and sure enough, this little bitty black thing comes running right up to us. And so we couldn't leave her there. So she's here. She's so tiny. She's just so tiny. I'm guessing she's only about 4 weeks old. So I ran over to Tractor Supply and I got some kitten replacement milk and some wet kitten food. And she's eating really good. Of course, you guys have seen, we do have cats, but they're farm cats. Like, they come inside, but they don't really stay inside all the time. So I had to grab a litter box. We have her in Mason and Thomas's bathroom. Rescuing a baby kitten was not part of the plan today, but sometimes you don't get to pick how your day goes, I guess. Well, we have the new baby all settled in. It's time to get some more work done. She's adjusting. We'll check on her after a while. So let's see what else we can get done. I'm sure you guys have noticed my area back here. It's getting quite messy. So I don't want to waste the dirt. I'm going to dump those in containers. We can always reuse it somewhere. And we're just going to clean up over here. It's a starting point. I know we're not alone in this. So you guys that are also facing this know that you're not alone. It is so overwhelming here. This property, this house, this is where my husband grew up. Chris was brought here as a baby. This was his parents' home. We came back a couple of years ago. His mom is now living next door. It's easier for her to get around over in that other house, which is Chris's brother's home. And this house just needs a lot of work, guys. So lots of projects that you guys will get to watch as we do it. But right now it's just so overwhelming. I'll show you a little bit outside. So a lot of the property is overgrown. Chris and I had a very large screen printing business, and when we closed it, we've sold off a lot of equipment. We have a lot of equipment stored, but some of it unfortunately is like in a graveyard. As I know I've mentioned before, we just recently, this is new, moving the chickens over here. They used to be farther back. We had a nice area. We just now want to use that area for sawmill business. So all of this needs cleaned up a lot better. I need to do more for the chickens over here. And the ducks are still in their temporary area. Let me show you. We're going to put them right next to the chickens. Let me show you where they're going to go. So we need to get the duck area set up. We need to finish cleaning the chicken area up. This building right here, this used to be an old playhouse for Chris's niece, actually. Well, it's been used for several different things. In the later years, his mom used it for some storage. I'm going to clean it out, and I'm going to store all of our gardening stuff in it. But you see, not just the inside, but the outside needs cleaned up really bad. So that might actually be next Wednesday's video. I think that will be what we need to do, because we need to get all of our... So the garden shed there, I'm thinking we're going to start on that this week. So I'll probably have that in next Wednesday's video for you. But for now, let's go ahead and clean up the mess I have up there from the seed starters. So we have everything organized and ready to go into there once we get it cleaned out. Hey, babies. So we got a couple of planters. We're just going to dump the dirt in those. I actually have a couple of pepper plants that I need to replant anyways. And what better way to use the dirt so it doesn't get wasted. So if you don't know anything else about homesteading, one of the biggest things, if you're really truly homesteading, isn't the size of your property, your home, what you have. It's reusing what you already have. It's sustainability. It's doing for yourself. Doing for yourself isn't going and buying brand new dirt every time you have a pepper plant. It's about saving, reusing these until they fall apart like this and you can no longer use them. That's what homesteading is. You can have an acre, you can have 100 acres, you can have 0 acres and still homestead. I think on average I get at least 2 to 3 years out of these little cups. You can find them on Amazon. They're great for starting all your plants in. That's about as full as we want to get it right now until we get the pepper plants in there. So let's get this other one. I have have my little labels all over the place. It's a mess. I'll get them cleaned up eventually. I think these were watermelons that were started in there. Look at that. What in the world? Look at that. Ew. That's weird. These two tables that I'm working on right now and that shelf right there, Chris made me a couple years ago in the greenhouse. I just love them. They're perfect for plants. So this one's as full as we want to get it. Let me go ahead and grab one more planter. It looks like we'll have a third one at least partially filled. These sad peppers that never came up. We have plenty. I still have some that are germinating. Now I'm going to say all of this soil was actually used this season. You can't even reuse it after that. You may always want to add at least some natural compost or some type of fertilizer, or sometimes I just get new soil and mix new and old soil together just to give it a little bit of life again. So that was a very quick and easy job cleaning up all that dirt. We've got through all those trays that were sitting here, so we got that mess cleaned up. We got 3 nice pots of soil, which we'll put peppers in, so that's amazing. You will see I do have one more row of starters that I've left. Now on the end, it has bolted. I do need to clean those up. I'll do that later. But then what you also see, well, there's a few rosemary plants. Those I want to replant and put in some inside and some on my porch. But the biggest thing you see is a whole bunch of peppermint and a whole bunch of catnip. The reason for all of that peppermint and catnip is simple: chickens and ducks. They love it. It's great for them. Once I get their areas cleaned up a little bit better, I plan on planting all the catnip and peppermint around their areas. They can munch on it. Those are 2 herbs that you typically don't want to plant and let grow because it can take over. But I mean, it's not going to take over in a chicken and duck area. And even if it does, I can cut it down, but it won't. It just won't. They'll eat it. They'll eat it, and if they eat it to the ground and ruin it, well, it was theirs to ruin, and I can always do it again next year. Now, before we take that dirt to the front porch where I have the pepper plants, I have to show you guys this poor peach tree is severely damaged. It needs cut down. We know it. We've been putting it off. It's such an old tree, and it produces some of the best peaches. But you see, it's like dead. It's split in half, yet it has this one limb that still produces. So we're hoping that peach tree hangs on through this season. What we would like to do is this fall, we plan on taking some of that peach tree and grafting it onto another younger peach tree that we have around here, in hopes that we'll have that same delicious fresh fruit. That one's beyond saving. It's old. It's sad but it's just at its end of life. So the best thing we can do is try to take some and graft it onto another tree. Okay, so now I'm out front. I got Thomas with me. So yesterday, Thomas went with me to Tractor Supply, and he asked if he could get this pepper plant. Of course, if any of the kids want to plant, I'm never gonna say no, especially if it's a pepper plant. And what he wanted is a Tabasco pepper plant, and we actually don't have any of those. And he did a great job picking. You can see how big it is, and look at all this new growth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's excited. What do you want to make?
Some form of hot sauce for sure.
You want to make some hot sauce?
Yeah.
He wants to make some hot sauce. And so while he was doing that, I saw they had some Cubanelle peppers. I actually planted some Cubanelle seeds, and I had none germinate. So we're gonna go ahead and get these planted in the planters. This is the dirt that we got from the back that we saved from those cups, and I did go ahead and damp it so it's kind of damp all the way through. Just, you want to easily, so you guys can see too, if someone doesn't know, just kind of, You don't want to break them. You just kind of rub on that. Just rough it up a little bit. There you go. Should be good now. Okay, well that's it. I'm gonna let Thomas move those. Nothing like free labor. So Thomas, you can move those pepper plants outside into the sun, off the porch.
I guess.
You want to put them over there, or do you want to put them in front of one of these garden beds? You pick.
That'd probably be good.
You just want to line them up with those? All right, go for it.
It's fully in the sun, so.
Yeah, that's true. I had just a couple tomato cages left, so I went ahead and put them on those pepper plants just to give them a little bit of support. All right, so up here in this, I had a couple of, what they call them unicorn peppers. They're just jumbo jalapeno seeds left, and I had just tossed them right in here, and you see I have 2 that germinated. Again, I have put a tomato basket on it to kind of keep it safe. But I don't want to really keep them together in that one container. So that 3rd container of dirt we got from out back, we're going to go ahead and transplant one of them over into that. Okay, so this one's closer to the edge. It's not as centered. I don't want to disturb them both. I'm not moving the other one, but I'll just take this one that's less centered in the dirt. And it's still pretty young, so it came right out of there. Okay, and just like the other 2, I already have the dirt moistened with water. So it's that time of day, guys. I need to head on in and make some dinner for the family. Tonight is going to be some sausage gravy and biscuits with some fresh fruit. So easy and yummy. That does remind me, since on Wednesdays, I really just try to take you with me, let you see what I'm doing, whatever it is that day. I'm wondering, would you be interested in me sharing some recipes, maybe showing you what I'm making and giving you the recipe? If that's something that you think you might like, let me know in the comments. So that might be interesting. You never know what you might learn. I'm no chef, but my family doesn't complain much. So I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Please, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you next time on Roosteroo.